So just when we thought, shit won't heat up, man, it get hot, right? It get real hot, gang. I ain't talking about just the weather, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Welcome to another episode. You feel what I'm saying? Of Let's Talk Everything 414 podcast. I ain't no stream, y'all. This is Riverside. Hopefully they treat me right. Hopefully they do me well. It's totally different, but I like it anyway. It's getting extremely hot, man, in these rap streets in the world, period, in general. I ain't seen no more talk or discussion about the disclosure. Seen some shit about the movie. Now, they done turned that into a movie, but this earthquake that's taking place. The earthquake, man. Earthquake has been one of the craziest things lately, right? And they said it was quite large. It was a few of them. And, it sounds real mysterious, to the top scientists. And they want to know what's really going on. They want to know what's really taking place with these earthquakes, If we may, I don't know myself what's taking place. I just want to say something like it could be some machine activity, could be some underground activity going on. Look, one of them said this is not. But they had them.
Hey guys, AI is booming and moving very fast. And you know this by now. Veil 3.1 and Sora 2 are already obsolete and
rescue teams are still desperately searching for survivors in Venezuela 5 days after two devastating earthquakes. This is a hard figure to say, more than 1,700 people are confirmed dead. Tens of thousands remain missing. Our Camilo Montoya Galvez is following latest developments from just north of Caracas. And fair warning, because he's just north of Caracas and we are working through technical things, there is a 5-second delay. So just be patient with us as we deal with the delay. Camilo, what can you tell us?
Utter destruction, mass destruction, devastation, and suffocating desperation. That is truly, Major, the only way to describe the situation here in La Guaira, Venezuela. This is now the epicenter of a dire humanitarian emergency. This coastal town was once known for its port and beaches, Major, but now it is known as the site of thousands of deaths and the site of potentially more to come. 50,000 people, according to the UN, are missing here in Venezuela following those two powerful back-to-back earthquakes. And we have spoken to countless families who have lost loved ones, their children, their spouses, their siblings, and of course, their homes. But we have also spoken to many people who are desperately looking for signs of life, who are desperately looking for their loved ones in piles of rubble, just like the one behind us. We have seen
How many people he said out there, gang? That was a lot. That was a lot, man. It was a lot. At the end of the day, I think that shit, it tells you something in itself. Come on, these earthquakes just didn't start. It just didn't happen that way, gang. You know what I do know? These motherfuckers got the machines, though, that do shit like that. They definitely do. They got machines that do the same type of shit. You know, they manage to control things around the world with these machines and all sorts of other shit. Like the fucking straight. Why they want that so bad? What's going on? Who's fighting for the straight? I like to know this. I like to know what's being done about the earthquakes. All these dead people. I looked up the biggest earthquake that ever took place, and it was one in Japan, and it killed 830,000 people. You feel me? That was a lot. Like, come on, man. That was a lot. You can't even say it wasn't. That was a lot of people, gang. But what caused that earthquake is what I was wondering. You know, I was trying to figure that out, and I couldn't for the life of me. I really was. I was trying to figure it out, and I'm like, yo, what's really taking place out here? You know, is it some type of underground work they got going on? Is that, like, what the hell could it be?
Scores, dozens of buildings collapse, and now it is now a global effort to try to find some of these individuals. We have seen rescue crews and volunteers from the U.S., Mexico, France, Spain, Canada, El Salvador, Chile, other countries across the globe to come here to help and find survivors or to recover bodies. But it is now a critical time. After 72 hours, and it is now 5 days since the earthquakes, it is increasingly difficult to find people alive. But there are still signs of hope. In fact, just a block away, Major, security guards tell us that one person is stranded in an apartment building where he was working as a security guard. He's still there, according to rescue workers, alive somehow, but they have not been able to rescue him because they are concerned, Major, that if they intervene and try to get into that building, the entire building will collapse, putting everyone in danger.
Rila Montoya Galvez, thank you very, very much.
If you've ever accidentally deleted files, then you need to see this.
So something that a lot of people don't know is that when files are deleted, they're not actually gone forever. Rather, they're just hidden from view, waiting to be overwritten by photos, videos, documents, etc. And all you need to pull those files off and recover them from your drive is Disk Drill. Using some of the best recovery algorithms in the space, Disk Drill's got you covered for both Mac and PC and gives you all the power you need for the best chance of
So just to see that, you feel me? And that video was a little crummy itself. You understand what I'm saying? That bitch it was quite crummy. But to even understand the validity and you know the horrificness what they going through, gang, it's on a different scale level. Like I couldn't imagine that happening over here. You feel me? Definitely not over here in America. That shit I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't. Y'all. But to even understand how that'll happen, gang, or what they finna do about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how they finna pick up after that? Is they finna pick up the pieces or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they probably don't. They probably don't. They're gonna even act like they don't even, you know, understand how or why it happened. And the whole time, motherfucker, y'all doing shit underground, controlling shit with these machines and shit like that. You feel me? Like y'all bullshitting everybody else on top. And beneath, it's a whole, you know, construction work going on under that motherfucker. Some people already know they own that shit. They was already reporting about it. People feeling these things taking place all around the world. And at the end of the day, gang, you got to think about it yourself. Like all these earthquakes at the same time around the world, shit crazy. But it's not impossible, and it ain't a coincidence. You understand what I'm saying? I don't believe in those.
In La Guaira, help is scarce, but grief is everywhere. They've just received the news they feared. Their vigil is over, but their mourning has just begun. Juliana has been here for days trying to trace her 18-year-old sister who was on the 9th floor. Despite her social media posts, there's been no trace.
No tengo alguna señal o alguna información de ella que me indique que si está, apareció una data del hospital.
Man, there's some stuff though. Look, as family, they shouldn't have to deal with over there like this. Man, they missing the daughters. They missing people behind this earthquake, right? So behind this earthquake, you know, I can't imagine missing my family members. I can't imagine losing one of my kids under all this rubble. 9 times out of 10, they did, man. You know, these are like, come on, man, boulders from tall structured buildings that's been built out of, you know, some of the sturdiest concrete. And it's falling down on you. Like, man, you know, when you think about stuff like this, man, it hits you different because, like I told y'all before, I can't imagine this going on in America. It's too beautiful over here. We got too many buildings. We don't even have war over here. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't got none of that beef shit going on over here. You got the regular, you know, terrorism shit taking place, but all in all, it's smooth. You know, they call this the luxury country. People from Russia and people from other places, they call this the luxury country. You know why? Because everything is sweet over here. Jails is easier and you know, more sweeter than over there or any other spot. And at the end of the day, I feel like, yeah, we got it made, but we misuse it, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to know how to use it, how to operate in that fashion and live and learn to love what we living in, you know? Just simple as that. That's how I look at it, man. If we living in a place they say called freedom, then shit, enjoy it. Enjoy that piece of freedom. Why don't we? You know, why would we fuck it up? We run around killing each other. That's the main problem. We're killing the shit out of each other. We don't even give each other a chance to live, hating on each other. We ain't helping each other. And we sit back and we look at all the other cultures helping each other, lifting each other up. Now, you see somebody go over here and do some bogus shit like to these people. You feel me? And they just treat them shitty. They fucking cause earthquakes all over here and watch and sit back and watch the news and don't offer help. Like, come on. We gotta be fucking, we gotta be inhumane.
Donde dice su nombre, pero no sabemos ni qué hospital es, ni algo que me asegure que ella esté con vida o esté en algún sitio.
Tower blocks have been skittled into a vast tangle of rubble. Where do you begin amid all this?
This is the heart of this rescue operation, and you can see this debris field stretches all the way over there to that damaged building on the other side. There were dozens of apartment blocks here which have come down and been completely flattened, each containing potentially hundreds of people. I think now they have given up hope of finding anyone here alive, but they have not given up trying to recover the dead.
As we film, a team of volunteers finds a body. Carefully, it's brought down for identification. There are no body bags here, just a carpet. 19-year-old Mauricio Chavez Chino has been trying to find his brother Jason. A glance at the remains is enough to confirm what he's dreaded.
El primer día me tocó venirme corriendo, yo estaba en el trabajo y me vine corriendo, después no encontré nada, me devolví, busqué algún lugar donde dormir hasta hoy que me dijeron que lo habían encontrado.
So they have been searching here how long? When did they arrive?
They started 2 hours ago.
Gonzalo Monterrey is one of those still looking for answers. His sister Estrella was in.
That's a lot of searching, man. 2 hours searching under rubble. Like, look, and they can't even lift those rocks, man. Like, you know, so what help do these people got over there? And how many more earthquakes gonna happen over there and take place over there, man? We don't witness earthquakes take place all over, you know, and since 2 years ago, a lot of more projects has been created, a lot of more, you know, astonishingly and outstandingly funded projects by governmental, top-ranking governmental people. And you just can't tell me that these projects possibly can be part of these earthquakes going on. Don't get it twisted. We do got a lot of natural disaster, you know, on planet Earth. But at the end of the day, we do know a lot of this shit is funded. And at the end of the day, behind these funds, we do know that a lot of these motherfucking machines that they create, and a lot of times within these machines being created or within the powers that they're using, man, I'm talking about, boy, you'll be amazed at what take place. You'll be amazed at, you know, what they've been creating, the technology they're using. And I wouldn't be surprised if it, you know, causes these earthquakes. I wouldn't, you know? And I think these people over there know that. I think they know that. I think they know that. That's why they look sad on the news and they know what's taking place. Like somebody, they like, yeah, America doing this shit or something like that, you know? They like, yeah, they fucking us up over here. We just did, Venezuela. We just did Iran. I just can't understand. I'm trying to put it together, gang, but I really can't. With all these, problems taking place around the world, I can't put it together. But that's how they want you to be, not able to put it together. They want you trying to guess and figure the shit out. But at the end of the day, it's right there in plain sight. They mad at America. They real mad. I wouldn't be surprised if these motherfuckers want to come over here and try to take this shit out on us.
This apartment block, trying to flee when the second quake flattened it.
She started going down the stairs, but the second floor, the building collapsed, and she's there. I went to all of these buildings looking for my sister, and well, sadly, nothing.
Do you have any hope that your sister could still be alive?
No, not at all. She's in the middle of the building, and that's it.
I'm really sorry.
No.
Suddenly, the men think they've seen something.
I'm going to identify about it.
Gonzalo rushes to look.
Pantalón. ¿Tiene pantalón?
Any item of clothing is a potential clue about which apartment they're excavating. The frantic efforts to open.
So they do got a bobcat out there, I see, that's helping them, right? And that's cool. They got the bobcat out there helping them dig, and as you can tell, he asking, the colors these people wearing. But that gotta be hard, man. Look at all this rubble they digging through. That's a lot of rubble. I said before, because we never really get things like this taking place in America. We get a lot of shit that happen, but never like this. Never earthquakes of this magnitude around the world. You understand what I'm saying? So it hit different when all these people die, lose their life behind whatever's taking place of these earthquakes. And they tell us, oh, it's a natural disaster. But is it earthquake time? Is it earthquake season? And that's another thing I think the scientists and the top-ranking people, the top-ranking government, motherfuckers is looking up. They trying to figure that out. They trying to figure out what possibly could have caused this shit. At the end of the day, man, I pray for the people over there within those countries, within those areas that lost their life, and the ones who still alive, finding or trying to search or in search of people that lost their life, in this devastating natural disaster, as we call it.